The once close brothers will be separated by their cousin Peter Phillips as the trio walk in a line behind the Duke of Edinburgh's coffin on Saturday. The Duke of Cambridge will move ahead of the Duke of Sussex as the royal family arrives in pairs at St. George Chapel. Details of Philip's funeral have been released by Buckingham Palace following his peaceful death aged 99 at Windsor Castle last Friday. The Queen, like all 30 attendees, will have to wear a face mask for the service, which will be televised. The monarch will sit by herself in the choir of the chapel, with guests socially distanced. Among the attendees are Philip's children and grandchildren and their spouses, the children of the Queen's sister Princess Margaret, and 3 of the Duke's German relatives, Bernard, the hereditary Prince of Baden, Donatus, Prince and Landgrave of Hesse, and Prince Philip of Hohenlohe-Langenburg. Also invited is a close friend of Philip, Countess Mountbatten of Burma, previously known as Lady Romsey and later Lady Brabourne, who was his carriage-driving partner and one of his closest friends. Asked whether arrangements for the procession reflected the royal siblings' relationship, a Buckingham Palace spokesman said, "This is a funeral, we're not going to be drawn into those perceptions of drama, or anything like that, this is a funeral. The arrangements have been agreed, and they represent Her Majesty's wishes, so we're not going to say anything more on that." The Buckingham Palace spokesman stressed Philip's funeral will at its heart be a family event. He said, "We are following the COVID guidelines. There is a limit on who could be invited as a guest and Her Majesty wanted to ensure that all branches of the Duke's family were there, and had to make, I think fair to say, difficult decisions about who would be there. Royal men will wear mourning coats with their medals and the women will wear day dresses. There were fears Harry would face embarrassment as the only senior royal not in military uniform after Megxi saw him stripped of his honorary titles. Reports had also suggested that Prince Andrew wanted to wear an admiral's uniform. The Duke of York was due to be promoted to Admiral in 2020 to mark his 60th birthday, but this did not go ahead following his disastrous Jeffrey Epstein interview. Speculation had been high that the funeral of the grandfather could bring William and Harry closer together following their ongoing rift. Tensions are said to date back to the early days of Harry's romance with Meghan when he was angered by what he perceived to be William's snobbish attitude when he questioned whether his younger brother should rush into things. And the strained relationship between William and Harry, whose bond once appeared unbreakable, was clear at the Sussexes' final royal engagement in March 2020. Harry laid bare his rift with William, and his father Prince Charles, during his and Meghan's controversial Oprah Winfrey interview. It is the first time Harry has returned to the UK in the wake of Megxi. The pregnant Duchess of Sussex is staying in the US after she was advised against flying. He is quarantining at his and Meghan's former residence, Frogmore Cottage. Harry and William released separate statements on Monday paying tribute to their grandfather.